we need to add another policy, and then you know the name, right? JWT, you can search for it, or we can select here already which are available. There are less number of policies only, you can select that also. Okay, next. Okay, see here there are certain configurations which we need to take care of exactly. Okay, what are the configurations? If you observe, see how to send the token. How are we sending? Already we have decided we wanted to send it through header, right? Through header. Okay, otherwise what is the other way? Authorization, bearer token, and then you can send here also. Okay, the first way which is selected here, you need to send it from here. Okay, this time, but already we decided we wanted to send it through header, right? That is the reason we need to send the expression. Okay, what is the parameter? JWT, or see here what is the header we have to send? X authorization, right? I need to replace that, right? Okay, go here. I will keep this no auth. Okay, see while you practice this also, sending both the ways exactly. Okay, okay, and signing method RSA. Okay, see this is the mostly used one, and what happens is that this is more secure and it follows asymmetric encryption exactly. Asymmetric, what is the asymmetric encryption? Yeah, see for encryption they'll use one key, for decryption they'll use another key, different key. Okay, that is called asymmetric encryption. Symmetric encryption, for encryption and decryption they'll use the same key. Got it, right? Okay, already they wanted to see the signing key length, it is 256. I want to leave them default exactly. And JWT key origin. Okay, I'll will come to this particular section in another few minutes exactly. Okay, and there are certain parameters need to be done and then apply. Okay, see now who is the authorization server, right? You need to, for implementing OAuth we need authorization server, right? Exactly, yesterday we have discussed, right? Okay, for that reason what I have selected Auth0 as the OAuth server. See, we have multiple services. I told you Okta, Hydra, or Auth0. These kind of services are available for our OAuth implementation. We are going to take Auth0 as the authorization server. Now what we have to do? What is the first step exactly? We need to register with the authorization server, right? For generating that client ID and client secret. Yes, right? Yesterday, if I open the PPT, we already image, right? Just open it for reference exactly. I told, first of all, before starting the process itself, we need to register our client with the authorization server. Okay, fine. Now we are going to use, most probably, sorry, this is also okay. Client credentials grant exactly. Okay, because client is our server only. Client is within organization we are using, right? Exactly. And authorization server also belongs to us only, exactly. Okay, authorization server belongs to us means when we register for that service with the same credentials exactly, same username or same organization details, obviously it will come into the same picture, right? See here authorization server is, we used a different one exactly, Dominoes. Here think of authorization server of ours only and client is of ours only exactly. Okay, right? Our server is communicating to our server only. Okay, that kind of scenario exactly. Okay, that is the reason we can use client credentials exactly. See, before starting any process exactly, for any grant type you need to register your client with the authorization server, right? Now we'll go back, and I told you Auth0, right? I'll try to log out. Okay, Auth01 is the provider. Name itself is Auth0. Exactly. Okay. Even there are so many services like Okta and all, exactly. Okay. For our convenience, I'm taking this. They'll give you around 20 days trial and all, exactly. You can try to do it. Now, sign up, right? I don't have the account. Already I created another account with some other email ID, but I want to show it from the start. Okay. Now, see, yesterday I told you, right? You can sign up with the email ID, or you can sign up with the GitHub account or Gmail account. I want to show this exactly. For that reason, I'll log in with Google, exactly. Okay. And I already created with this account. I'll try to create with this account, exactly. See, yesterday that confirmation I required, right? Exactly. If you, yesterday we were not able to see. For this particular service, see here. By continuing, Google will share you name, email address, language preference, and profile picture with auth. Okay, it is already decided. It is not asking for give this, or it is not asking for us. It is showing the information. We will give this information. That's it. And sometimes if you need more, they will give you options which one to give. Okay, right? Got it? Now that auth code process will happen in the background. Okay, auth code will be generated, and then it will take the token, and then it will go to the profile details of Google, and it will take the name, email, and all these details, and then it will create the account. Got it? Right? Yeah. Shall I continue? This is the consent confirmation. Okay, it has created the account, but here it is asking for the next settings, exactly. Okay, we'll keep it as company. Okay, maybe I can give my company. Okay, already we have company name as Cloud Technologies, right? We'll put the same company name here also. Okay, now if you see my profile, it will be already taking my email ID and name also. See here, I haven't provided my name anywhere, but still it took the name whatever I have specified in Google, exactly. Okay, right? Name and all. You can see the profile also. See here, if there is picture, it will come. Most probably they will be linking that picture also. Okay, now I'll go back to applications part. Click on applications. Now I want to create an application. Register my client ID. Register our client as application right here. For that, I will be creating an application. Okay. Now here I should give some name. Okay. Okay, you can give some name, exactly, and you need to select the application type. See whether we are going to take any mobile application or a desktop application or a single page applications, web applications. No, right? We are going to do machine to machine applications, exactly. Okay, server to server communication. That is the reason I'll select this application type. Okay. See, all this will do, admin team will take care of. Okay, it is not our thing. Once it is available, then we'll use them, exactly. Okay, here authorized machine to machine communication actually requires at least one authorized API. There will be a drop down. Click on drop down and then select that particular API, and then here also they will give restricted access, but I'm not sure like which one to give, which one not to give, I'll select all the scopes exactly, permissions. See, there are so many read client credentials, read create client grants. Okay, there are so many options exactly. Most probably in real time they will not give everything. They'll give very limited access exactly. But I am not sure like which one to give and all. That is the reason I am selecting all. Okay, fine. You also follow the same process because we don't have the authorization server, right? That is the reason we are trying to create the application in the authorization server, generate the client ID and client secret, and then we are going to go ahead. Exactly, right? Next step, authorize. We have selected the scope kind of thing exactly. What are the activities you can do with your client ID and client secret exactly. You can see the client ID here, okay, right? And they have given the documentation, how to utilize this particular client ID and client secret exactly. I'll show you like, see here, curl is there. For each and every language, they have given the how to handle that exactly, like how to generate the token, right? Now what I have to do, I have postman, right? How to handle it from postman, I can take the curl. Okay, I'll take the curl. How to copy this? Directly copy this. Do you know how to handle the curl, right? Already I have shown, I think exactly, but I'll show once again. Whenever other people give you curl in teams or if they share in the email or something, just copy everything and then go to import raw text, paste it here, and then continue. Okay, import. Curl means it consists of the entire information. No need to configure everything. It is ready exactly. For example, you wanted to share the curl of your particular postman request exactly. How do you do that? See this. I wanted to send the curl of this. I expanded that icon. I can see code snippet. For multiple languages, it is available, but mostly you will be sharing the curl. Okay, you can copy this, copy snippet, and then you can share it in the Teams or Slack. Got it? How to import the curl? How to? This is also very very important. People will ask you like share the curl. Okay. Otherwise, you can create a Postman collection and share that, but it will take some time, right? For single request, curl is very convenient. Okay. Now practice this also. Okay, that would be easier for you. Now see, body is there. Some headers are there. Okay, is there? And see the endpoint. See the URL, HTTPS URL, and like a slash token. For generating the token, this is the URL. For every step, there is an endpoint I told you right yesterday. Okay. For generating the token, which is endpoint, authorization server has given us one endpoint or one URL exactly, right? Now, body will understand. See here. What are the things you are sending for generating the token? Client ID, client secret. For generating the token, you are using client ID and client secret. What is the grant type? That is the reason why we call it as client credentials, right? Got it? See headers, that's fine. For working on this particular request, you need maybe 5 6 headers also. You need to send that. That is different. But what is the body you are sending? Trying to send it actually. You are trying to send client credentials, client ID and client secret. Because of that reason, it will be generating the token, which will be accessible for REST process exactly. Now I want to check this, right, whether this is working or not exactly. Okay. 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 What does it consist of? Access token. It's a big token here. Exactly. Scope. Scopes. Which scopes I have selected entire scopes, right? That is the reason you can see multiple scopes here. But if I mention only 3 4 scopes there, only 3 4 will be available for this particular client. Got it? Okay, because I am unaware which scopes are required for us. That is the reason I selected everything. Okay, that is the reason you can see many scopes here. And then expires in means 86,400 seconds, 1 day. Token type, it is bearer. Okay, now token is ready for you. Token endpoint is ready, right? How to generate the token and how to proceed with that token. We need to use this token and then access it. Right. Now, and see, HTTPS endpoint is there exactly. Okay, all these are there. We need to uh, see whenever our consumer is accessing our application. Before that, he has to connect to this server, generate the token, and then he has to send the request with the access token. Got it? Right. Now, for testing that, we don't have that, right? What is the thing which we follow? We'll try to generate the token with the postman, and then we'll try to send the request to our experience API with the postman one, with the same token. Then we'll see. Like now, this is okay. Token is generated, right? I'll go back to Auth0. I'll go to here. This is done. Okay, it's done. Okay, fine. Yeah. Here, I told you I wanted to follow RSA, right? RSA is asymmetric, right? Okay. We need the keys, right? Exactly. How to get the keys? How to get the keys? With the help of JWKs. Okay. Key set concept is there exactly. This key set, what happens is our authorization server itself will expose one URI or URL exactly for us to get the key. Okay. Now, if you mention this, you need to give that URL also here. Okay, right? We wanted it more secure, right? For that reason, I am following this JWKs method. Okay, how to get this URL? Again, we can go to the documentation of authorization. Documentation is there. You can go there. In that documentation, you can check for JSON web key sets. Okay, JSON web key sets. Here, if you see, you can read the entire information and all exactly if required. How to frame the URL this way. Your domain name dot well-known dot jksjson. Okay, it will share the public key which is required. I told you two keys, right? For asymmetric encryption, private key will be utilized by the server, and while decrypting, public key will be utilized by the client. Who is the client now? Mule application only, right? API manager. Okay, API manager will utilize the public key. For getting the public key, this is the URL API manager has to utilize. We need to mention here. Okay, but he has given a dummy URL there, but we need to form it. I'll copy this. Already I have done it. I'll show you exactly like. Yeah, see. I'll again form it. Now it is asking for our domain name. Okay. How to find our domain name? Okay. See, this is the domain name for the application which I created earlier. Okay, before coming to the class exactly, I created another application with another email ID. Okay, for that reason this is the URL, but here it changes again. Okay, now first of all, first step is finding the domain name, right? Okay, I'll go to Auth0 here. Okay, settings. In settings, client ID and client secret is also there. Here you have domain name also. See, client, if you wanted to see the client ID and client secret, from here also you can take, but when I took the curl, it consisted of everything. Okay, That is the reason. If you don't find it, you need to see that this is the request you want to form, client ID, client secret from there. Okay, and then audience URL. It has automatically generated as soon as it created your client ID. Okay, your application is created. Immediately it found a request exactly. Yeah, right. Domain name with dev dot auth0 app. Okay, fine. Now, can I copy this domain name? I'll go back here, paste it here. I will form the JWT URL. Copy this. Okay, right. See, this is specific to our application only. For example, like if you want to customize your domain name, for example, like I say bank.com is my domain name. You can set that. Okay, but here we don't have that facility. That is the reason I am trying to utilize the domain name provided by the Auth0 service. Okay, I can customize that also, and so you will have some option to customize exactly. Okay, custom domain or something will be there, and you can give that custom domain, and immediately, one second. Yeah, custom domains. Here you can mention. If you mention that, what happens? Your URL will be consisting of that iccibank.com or whatever it is exactly, like google.com, whatever the organization's URL exactly. Okay, but now I'll take this. This is the URL which will provide the public key required for decryption exactly. Okay, right. Right, and it is asking how much time it has to be cached exactly. See, public key we are taking it, right? How much time? I am leaving it default. It is 60 minutes, I think, exactly here by default to 1 hour. If you want to increase it or decrease it, you can do that. What does it do? Public key every 60 minutes it will try to import and use it. Once it is expired, again it will import. Again it will import. 60 minutes. After 60 minutes it will expire, right? Immediately it will try to take it exactly. If I increase it to 24 hours, it will be 24 hours. Yes, service timeout exactly. Okay, now I wanted to skip the client validation. I'll just skip this exactly. What is this client ID validation? See, whenever it comes comes here, client ID, client secret, I will not do the validation. I'll try to validate only the token. Okay, for that reason I'm trying to do skip client ID validation, and I can leave the other options exactly. Okay, fine, apply. Fine, your apply policy is there. Can you reorder the policies also? Okay, see which policy which has to be implemented first exactly. Okay, but still I just wanted to go back to Postman. I'll take the token. Yesterday I told you 3 parts, right? Token will consist of 3 parts, right? We'll see that. Delete. Okay, now I'll go back here again. I'll copy it properly. I think it is not getting copied properly. Okay, fine. Now Control C. Go back here. I'll paste it. Can you see the color difference exactly? See that? Yesterday we thought, right? Header, payload, and signature. Header is again this one. See, algorithm. What is the algorithm followed? RS256. What is the token type? JWT exactly, and some KID. Okay, even I don't have much information on completely exactly. Okay, not only KID, some other details also. Okay, but still, this information is more than enough for us as a MuleSoft developer. Okay, right. Payload, who has issued the token, right? Auth0, right? Exactly. And our application, exactly. Our client ID with our, see, if you see the domain name, whose domain name is there? Our domain name, but with the domain name of Auth0, exactly. Okay. And subject, okay, some subject name is there, and audience URL is there, and issue date, at what time the issue date. See, time means exactly it is in, see here, if I hover on it, 3rd March, it is showing the exact time now, but it is in number. Okay, so there is a some epoch converter. I'll show you. See, this is the current time. See here 3rd March, 3rd day, 6 hours 19 minutes. GMT, right? It is changed. No, exactly. Okay. You can give it as IST to epoch. Why I'm showing this is exactly, sometimes you'll see, right? I told date time stamp, but it is a number. You'll get confused, right? Exactly. Okay. It is still showing that only. There may be something 619. If you observe here also, Kichala will take Indian or Maldives actually. Okay. Okay. Why is it not converting? IST, Indian Standard Time. Time zone. Okay. Okay, see, you can use one of the tools and check the current timestamp to convert to, this is again time zone exactly. Asia to Calcutta. Okay, you can convert exactly, but it will come as a number like this. Okay, number like this. If you observe our, so JWT, right? Okay. Here also issued at what time exactly. If I hover on it, you can see the timestamp there. Okay, and expire. When it will expire? Tomorrow. 4th, right? So 1 day, right? 1 day, right? See, that is for JWKS. Okay, that is for JWKS, not for the token. Exactly. Okay. This is the token related. You can change the settings at the token level in the Auth0 server, but I haven't changed any settings. Okay, they will not give 24 hours or something like that. They'll give half an hour or 1 hour or 10 minutes. Yesterday we spoke, right? Based on the requirement and all. Exactly. Okay, fine. But see, as we are developers and we don't have the provision or we don't know the information how to change and all, we are not trying to do anything. But try to understand like at what time it is issued and what time it is getting expired exactly. Okay. And 1 day, see, access token gave in Postman 86,400, right? 1 day. Hmm? The same thing, right? at 11:37. What is the time we created at 11:37? Tomorrow 11:37 it will get expired. Okay. All scopes have come. Even AZP authorized party. Okay, to which this token was issued. Okay, that is a mention. I think maybe it will be the client ID. I think. Okay, can we see the client ID? Yeah, client ID. For whom the token has been generated. Okay, authorized party. AZP means authorized party. Scope. You can see all the scopes here. See, payload consists of body consists of scope and all these details exactly. Okay, right. Next, what is the grant type? GTY, client credentials. That is also mentioned, and the signature. Right. You can see the difference, right? Yesterday we were able to see with the sample token only some details, right? Here we are able to see more details. Exactly. Now we applied the policy. Now we'll go to runtime manager. See, policy has been applied exactly. Applied policy, JWT validation. Right, got it right? Now, next, what should we do? We need to test it, right? Exactly. I'll go to Postman and then, and I forgot to show one more thing exactly. I formed the JWK's URL, right? And we need to see whether it is giving the uh, public key or not. Exactly. Okay. We'll try to see that also. What I'll try to do, I'll go back to no. It is there, right? Already. Otherwise, where you can go to policies, edit policy. I'll show that way exactly. Like, for example, like I haven't copied it, then we'll understand that also how to edit the thing. Good one, right? Here you have I clicked on policies and I want to edit the policy. How to do that? Three dots here. Okay, edit configuration. Okay, I can see the client ID enforcement. Okay, sorry. I can copy it from here, right? See this way, whenever you wanted to, you forgot to get some details, you can take it. Exactly. For example, like if you want to access other team details also, for example, like other team API details also, you can go and you can do it. No need to wait for, if you have the access within the organization, most probably everyone will have the access for other things also. These kind of details. Again, you have asked him to send the details and is taking so much of time. You can log into your Anypoint platform and then you can check the details also. Okay, fine. Now, okay, see here, you have keys, so much of information here. Okay, signature, N, so many details. Okay, it means that, see, I just wanted to show you, we are getting some details. Some object in the JSON format, and then it will consist of public key. Can we search for public? No. You can see key will be there. Keys is there. Okay. Somewhere, even if you see authorized party client name, client ID is authorized party. That way, they will be having some names here. Obviously, it will take the system API manager will take the key from here, and then automatically everything will be configured exactly. Like it will try to validate. Exactly. Fine, right? Shall we proceed? Policies is applied on the API also. Now I will try to, this is token experience API one. We require experience API one, right? This one, right? See, earlier it was successful, right? No. Do you receive the log? We'll see. No. Okay. API gateway received the request. It communicated with API manager, and then policy check will be done. From there itself, it rejected. Okay, fine. Now how to test this exactly? I wanted to generate the token, and then that token has to be passed here. Already I have the URL to generate the token, right? Okay, I can generate the token. The token generated there, I can use it here, and then I can send the request. Automatically, it will be successful. Now this is the one, right? Okay, shall I generate the token with the same client ID and client secret exactly?
Same before one also same only.
Now there may be some changes exactly. Maybe otherwise within 24 hours it will generate the same token. See, it already told you 24 hours it will be the same. Sometimes it will change. These are all settings. Whether token should be utilized multiple times or not, all those settings will be there exactly. Okay, that you can do at the authorization server level itself. Okay, who is the authorization server in our project now? Auth0. Okay, who is the client now? API manager, anypoint platform basically. Okay, got it. We can correlate with our
Same
scenario, right? You registered the client. Now you use the client ID and client secret, and then use the token endpoint, and you generated the token. You received the token now in the Postman. Now I'm using Postman and sending the request. Okay, that token, I'm using the token, and I'll use the resource of experience API. Got it? And then this resource server will check the token, then it will the response. Why we are using JWT policy? Again, this will not talk to authorization server.
There is no to get authorization.
Okay, it will take only the public key. Already public key is there. The token has been used. It used a private key, and then it encrypted and it signed, and it has sent the request the token. Now the public key will use the token and then decode it and then see it properly. It will validate. This particular communication will not happen. For reducing that only, we are using JWT policy. See, 1 lakh requests are coming. If you want to talk to the authorization server 1 lakh times, exactly, it is waste of time, right? Exactly. Okay, for that reason, JWT policy has been implemented. That is the reason we are following that also. And we are following asymmetric encryption. And uh, it is more secured, right? Exactly. Okay, fine. Now I'll go to, I'll take this token, I'll go here and then here. See, whenever you're passing it through header, right? Okay, no need of this bearer. Sometimes you can set that also. You wanted it through bearer or not exactly. Okay, we'll try both the ways, we'll see exactly. I am giving without any bearer exactly. Okay, and then I'll try to send. Okay, it is successful. And then you can see the logs also. Okay, you can see the logs also, right? Just a second. Okay, fine. Now see here. You can see the logs also, and you see the response also. I'll send bearer. I think there is some problem. Invalid
In
token.
auth we need to simple.
No, no, that's fine. Exactly. But we configured a policy in such a way that we should receive it in
Okay, we have.
X authorization header, right? Exactly. Okay. That's fine. Now I'll remove this. Okay. Now see the token I'm able to use multiple times also, right?
Yeah.
The same token. Why? It is valid for 24 hours or
24
some
hours.
already. That is the reason. For example, like they have restricted it only one time and for 10 minutes.
And again we need to simple.
Okay, that again you need to generate the token, then only sometimes there may be a possibility only one time the token get expired exactly, and then you need to do it. Okay, but here in this case we are able to generate the use the same token multiple times also. Okay, see if for example like OTP also, if you observe what happens only one time,
One time.
one time, see one time password, that is fine. Sometimes the same OTP, if you generate once again also the same OTP will come from some applications.
Yes.
Okay, if you observe
Resend also will get like
same kind of thing exactly. Okay, that is the reason here we don't know all those settings can be configured at the authorization server level exactly. Got it?
Yes.
Clear? Even JWT policy is applied, right? For example, like I wanted to reorder the policies, what I can do, I can go to policies. Okay, reorder policies and then up and down exactly.